So I guess we were thinking we might start by asking you to reflect on this overall ecosystem of podcasters and substackers in the alternate media space these days and tell
Yeah.
us how you
Well,
think it's going.
I'm worried about it. I think it's largely unhealthy. I think we have incentivized a level of contrarianism and conspiracy thinking that is just at the fringe, completely deranged, and that the people who get pulled to the fringe are, and it never ceases to surprise me, right? So they're people who had real reputations you'd think they'd want to protect, um, real academic and intellectual bona fides to stand on, and they have just. I mean, now they're like I don't know what to compare it to. It's like a I don't know. It's almost like the crop circle phenomenon from the
I was
'80s.
just going to
Where you have
say,
this
it's like,
weird thing happens, and then you have all these people going all in on the most fantastical interpretations of something that is clearly fake, right? And then it's just in this case, the other shoe really hasn't dropped in a way that where we can disconfirm all the madness. But it's there's just enough truth to a lot of this conspiracy thinking and this distrust in institutions that it's very hard to debunk, right? I mean, you could always find the edge case where yes, the CDC lied or something, right? Or there's just emails between whoever and whoever, and they seem to suggest something sinister. But then everything just catches fire in this, out here in Podcastistan or in Substackistan. You're incentivized to promulgate the most bizarre and inflammatory possibility. I mean, it's like the worst thing that can seem remotely plausible is the thing that people go all in on, and they find a signal in their audience that says, yeah, more of that. We want more of that. You're the only one brave enough to do that, and
right.
we're going to pay you for that. And then you see 100 podcasts later that's what they're now into. So it's very strange. As far as guarding against it, I think you have to. I mean, part of it's just a matter of, I guess, character and intellectual integrity. And I mean, not to sound too self-congratulatory, but I mean, I think some people just have more of an inner bulwark against the temptation to sell out in that way, and I think, and conversely, I think some people just have a an appetite for conspiracy thinking and the notion that power is always corrupt, institutions are always corrupt, everyone up above you in the hierarchy is always lying. No one has good intentions, right? That there are people who are just wired to view everything through that kind of lens, and on the right and the left politically. I mean, these are the same sorts of people, even though they before yesterday seemed committed to totally different projects. I mean, someone like Tucker Carlson and Glenn Greenwald, right? I mean, they're so far, traditionally they're so far apart politically. Now they're like a two-headed monster, right? Which is just
It's
pure
interesting.
pandering to this. What was that?
Yeah.
Well, would you say, I don't know if Glenn Greenwald is pandering, though. I think he believes it. I think he's always
Yeah, I
believed
know.
it. Whatever it is that whatever
I'm
rabbit
not.
hole
Yeah,
he's going down, he's fully committed to it.
it's hard to know. I mean, I don't really have a theory of mind for many of these guys. I mean, those two people in particular strike me as quite unethical while being able to sell themselves as some kind of paragons of ethical integrity to their audience. But
Hmm.
they really are opportunists, and they're just. I mean, they're. I've had various skirmishes with each of them, and I came away feeling like these are basically sociopaths. Um, but so yeah, there's that. But there are people who just have who I think are actually good people who really are who want to make the world a better place and are not malignantly selfish, but do have this appetite for the non-standard explanation of everything, right? I mean, that the
Right.
people who just read all the books about the JFK assassination and then read
Mhm.
all the books about how, the Manson murders weren't what they seemed, and then went on to it's like that appetite is something I don't share. Now, I'm not saying those people are never right. They sometimes are, but it's a symptom. If you went all in on JFK and you went all in on 9/11 truth, and now you're all in on COVID being a pandemic, I mean, you're RFK Jr. of some sort. You're some spawn of that kind, and it's a problem. It's not an algorithm that tracks truth reliably.